And here we are again with another speed build of the big family house. And I don't know what we're gonna do today, but we shall see together where we end. At this moment, we're putting in some gates, and I just figured out that you can't place gates on diagonal pieces. So we did a little bit extra outwards, and now we're gonna put in some outdoor seating area. Because at those family vacations we had, weekends, whatever you want to call it, we usually on the second night barbecue together. So it seems fitting to put a big barbecue area in, and I'm doing that right now. I decided to use this one because this looked like a big one and that would be nice, I thought at least. And I'm gonna try to make it one big table, I think. Putting a nice umbrella on top of it. Again in the beautiful pink color that we have been using the whole time. And here we are. Let's count all the beds again. I think we have 32 beds, I think. So that should equal 32 chairs. Because that would be nice if everybody got a seat at the table. Oh, and now I'm just putting all the chairs down and then we're gonna make the table long enough that it will fit. Because usually we just put as many chairs at the tables as possible. Oh, and I think by now I think, well, I'm not gonna make one big table then. I've been thinking of building another big house. But so far I haven't set my mind on what I would want to do with it. So maybe in the next couple of weeks I will figure out how I would like to finish another big house, how it should look. Because I did really enjoy building this one. Especially because now I finally get a chance to share it with somebody. Well, I don't know. I have no clue how many people watch my videos, but some do. And that is nice. And we're gonna put a little seating area here with some couches, I think. Because that is something that I would enjoy. Having multiple places to sit and relax. Although the weather usually here in the Netherlands is not up for that, but so far I don't think we had many rainy weekends on these family vacations. So that's nice, that's a start. I can tell that by now we're definitely ready for fall. You can feel it in the air, it's getting colder. I'm trying to find a plant to put here. Oh, and I'm still doing the outside because I really regretted starting on the inside. But I think maybe this part we're gonna start on doing the other the bedrooms. Of course, they are all gonna be the same, like the first one, but it is probably gonna be a little bit different, maybe. No, I'm kidding. All the bedrooms are gonna look the same. And we're gonna put in a little pond. Which, of course, if you remember what I said in one of the previous parts, is very unsafe with kids because they would just go in and yeah, they would just jump in the pond and then I don't know how deep this pond is gonna be, but I do like it that it has, and I'm trying to sort out a nice size tree. And we're gonna put some benches in with the trees and the pond so that it creates more sitting area for everybody else. And I think maybe if we're still doing the outside, I'm gonna put in some play equipment, some swings, slide, I don't know, probably those things. Because once I started doing the inside, I was done quite fast, but it's just so it's all the same, so it's very, what you would call that, yeah, well, the same and boring. And I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for something. I'm probably looking for the bin. Yeah. But I think I'm looking for the bin. We're gonna put in some rain pipes, gutters, or whatever you call them. Because I see that here and thought, well, I could use it. And we find some solar panels, because why not make the house efficient or eco-friendly? And we finally find the bin that I was looking for. So that's nice. And I think we're gonna put in a little garden so you can harvest your own vegetables and fruits. That always looks nice, so I'm okay with looking for that. Putting in some decorative items, a bucket, and other things to maintain the garden. And here we go. Here we're gonna put in the garden. Picking through what we want. Because it looks nice and it would be fun. So then in the morning, when you're setting the table, you could go outside and get some apples. Or what else do we have in this garden? Apples, bell peppers, onions. I think watermelon, maybe some cherries. Lettuce, limes, I would say, yeah, limes. Putting in some benches so you could sit there if you wanted to. That would be a nice place to sit. So let's think, do I have any more stories to tell? I'm trying to think of stories. So the second to last house we went to, they had some animals on the lot. There were two alpacas, I think, or two llamas. There were a couple of goats, chickens, bunnies. So I think the second day we were there, the owner that lived next door came over and gave us some feed for the feed, something to feed the animals, some food for the animals. And I don't know if you can hear that, but that's an alarm going off. There's this thing in the Netherlands that every first Monday of the month, which is today, it's the first Monday of October, there's this alarm that goes off. It's a test, and it's at this moment noon, and it always goes off at noon, the first Monday of October. So yeah, you can enjoy that while it lasts. Probably isn't gonna last that long. I could imagine if you just moved to the Netherlands and you heard this for the first time, that it would be a bit strange, a bit scary. But yeah, well, here we are used to it now. It's not that big of a deal. It is a little bit annoying that it's happening right now while I'm recording this, but because I can promise you that I'm not uploading this on the following Tuesday. Oh, it's done. Because I am just doing the voiceover when I have time for it. And I had time today, and that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I was talking about those animals. And yeah, we went to feed the, was mostly for the goats, I would say. Oh, and we're going to the second part of this recording. There were, I would say, six goats. I would say, I'm not quite sure on it. But yeah, that was very funny because I am the only one in the family that rides horses, so I am one of the very few that handles animals. Well, of course, only your horse, but still. And one of my nieces went to feed the animals with me, and you have to lay your hand out flat with your palm up and then put the feet there, and then the goats could eat it off your palm of your hand. And well, that's could be very scary because you don't know what they're gonna do. But of course, you have to feed, so the food for the goats. So you probably by now know for certain that they're gonna eat the feet and not your hand. But yeah, that was very funny because she said she wanted to do it, and then we were there, and they came up to us, and of course I can understand because it looks like they're gonna eat your hand, but they're not because you have the food in your hand. So yeah, she chickened out, and it was kind of funny. But as you can see, we finally started doing the inside. I am now figuring out because I would like to have some variety in the wallpaper. So now we're trying to look for something that could fit better. Do we stick with this? Maybe. It looks like it. Yeah. I would say the yellow color does look very happy and bright. And that could be nice. And here, of course, upstairs, we're putting in some different wallpaper. just to give it some extra, I don't know, style. But yeah, I think we're gonna do the inside, so this is gonna be very much the same. Very boring to watch. We're gonna put it all the same. Because that's usually what these rooms are. They are not styled towards something, they are mostly all just the same. I do believe that it is easier this way. Just have them all the same. I would think that it would be very hard to give all these rooms some special style. But yeah, this is gonna be very nice because now I'm gonna copy everything and put it all in. And of course here I realized that the extra wall piece didn't have wallpaper on it. So every room has 2 beds. Usually they have 2 beds, all the rooms in the houses we went to usually. Most of the time, if there are more beds than 2 in the room, you get double beds, bunk beds. But I chose the 2 beds because otherwise I would have needed more tables and chairs, and I was just not up for that. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. No clue. But yeah, all the rooms have the 2 beds. And they all have a nightstand. And on the nightstand there is a lamp. Some of the rooms had nightstands, some didn't. Some rooms had a chair, so I usually would just pull the chair up to next to my bed. Because I like to have a nice nightstand, at least for my watch and my phone. Because that's always useful to have your phone next to you. So yeah, that's why we have a nightstand. All the rooms are now getting a basket. There's gonna be this little closet kind of space, and a basket could be useful for putting small stuff in this closet space. What are we copying now? This looks like, this is a plank, because that could be useful for putting other things on, other small things you might have. The last one we went to had a little desk area with a chair and a table, so you could put stuff there. But this just seems better with the one plank. You could in the basket put some little pieces of clothing, and then on the top, on the top plank, you could put some shoes or fold stuff, put it there. Now we're putting in the rods to the clothes hangers. This is of course custom content that I'm putting in, and I don't often use it. But yeah, in this case it made sense. It is not easy to place, as you can see me struggle. But gives the option to hang some clothes up. Because if you have a double bed or a bunk bed, we could always call it a bunk bed, I think. You would put your extra clothes on top of the bunk bed, but usually the bunk beds come without any blankets or comforters, duvets, any types of sheets on your bed. So this is a way to make that work. You can hang stuff up, which is in my eyes very nice. And now we're trying to get the coat hangers, because of course you don't have anything useful to do with a rod if you don't have any coat hangers. And I couldn't copy them, so I just got them from the inventory. And now we're trying to make sure they place nicely on the rod. And they did, I think, but now I need to copy them. Yeah, and they do that and just snap right into place. That's nice. This is a nice way to have the option to put stuff in a closet and not have it take up too much room. In this, of course, is not a big room with the 2 beds and everything in it. But yeah, this makes it a useful way to use the small space that we have. And what are we copying next? We are copying, here it goes. It's gonna be the mirror, or no, it's gonna be the sink. So this is something that you would see in an older Dutch home, sinks in your bedroom. And that is very useful, because then, of course, there is not a lot of room. There are only 4 bedrooms in this house, and this makes it easy, because then you can brush your teeth in your bedroom. And that would be useful, because then you don't have to stand in line to use the bathroom. Now we're copying in a mirror, because that's always useful. As I said, there are not a lot of bathrooms in this house. So if you just could get ready in the morning, if your own room, that would be easier. So in this way you can brush your teeth in front of the mirror. Make sure your hair looks okay, which is of course very useful. Because most of the time, I think all the time, that there are a couple of people that bring their cameras, so you have to look good all the time. And then we're copying in the plants, over putting in plants. Before in the other houses I built before, I tried to put in different plants in each room, and that is not what we're doing, and we're putting in chairs. It would be useful to have a chair in your room, just to have it, and that you can sit in your room, or you could put some stuff on it that you don't want to hang or fold. So we're putting in the chairs now. And I also really just, if you are done with hanging with a group and you just wanna hang by yourself, you just go and sit on the chair in your room. I would say that almost every room had a chair, or a stool, or a dining room chair, just a chair that you could use. I think by now we're putting in some curtains, and then that would conclude the bedrooms. And well, that was not that long. Of course, it's speed up already, but so yeah, and all the rooms get plants because that is useful. At least I think it's useful to have something that's alive in your room. Would be a nice feature. And there was room in every room for a plant. That was a very nice sentence. And this is almost the end of this part. So yeah, we're just doing the little bits and pieces of the bedrooms. The next time I think we're gonna make some alterations to how the bedrooms look, which is how the layout looks, not completely the bedrooms, because they are almost completely finished now. I'm just sorting through some plants to find something that I can put in every room. It's funny because I just pulled out all the big looking plants and shoved them in. So I do think every room has a different plant. At least these 2 floors. So yeah, that's nice. And what are we gonna do now? Here we go, we are altering this already. This could be useful for if you have noisy or loud children in your group, and I have them in my family. Loud children, and this is a nice way they have now separate hallways, which also is nice that now everybody knows which bathroom to use. But yeah, this is gonna be the end of this part. I hope you enjoyed watching, and we shall see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye.